Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to Promotech. Thanks for tuning in. The Pixel 11 Pro isn't just upgrading its camera. It's quietly turning the entire shooting process into an AI-driven system, where the final image isn't what the sensor sees, but what the phone decides it should be, and that shift is going to redefine how we capture reality on smartphones. Let's dive right into the video, because the biggest change here isn't megapixels or hardware. It's how the Google Pixel 11 Pro actually thinks about images and video. Ultra-low-light video at 5 to 10 lux sounds impressive on paper, but side by side with older pixels, the difference isn't just brightness. It's how the AI stabilizes noise, rebuilds missing detail, and keeps motion usable instead of turning everything into a grainy mess. This is less about capturing light and more about reconstructing a scene, and that connects directly to what Google is doing with its zoom. We've seen 100x zoom before from companies like Samsung, but most of the time it falls apart past 30x. Here, leaks suggest Google is blending optical data with AI reconstruction in a much deeper way, meaning instead of just enlarging pixels, it's predicting and rebuilding detail. Side by side, that could mean the difference between a blurry guess and something actually usable, which completely changes how people think about long-range photography on phones. But the real shift, and this is where things get serious, is video generative ML. Google isn't just enhancing photos anymore. It's moving AI directly into video processing. That means removing objects, fixing lighting, reducing noise, even altering backgrounds inside the video pipeline. Compared to traditional editing workflows where you shoot first and fix later, this flips everything. Your phone is now actively shaping the footage while you're capturing it. And when you combine that with tools connected to YouTube and Gemini, it starts to feel like a full production system in your pocket. Now here's the part most people won't immediately notice, but will absolutely benefit from: the Tensor G6. This isn't about raw power, it's about sustained AI performance. Compared to previous Tensor chips, this one is designed to handle real-time processing without overheating or draining the battery. That's critical, because all these camera features, low-light video, AI zoom, generative editing, they only work if the chip can keep up continuously. Google isn't chasing benchmarks. It's building a chip specifically for this new AI-first camera experience. Quick pause, because if you're someone actually using these tools, editing, reviewing footage, spending hours dialing in content, your setup matters more than you think. That's where something like Wolver fits in. It's not just about comfort. It's about staying consistent and focused while you're working with these increasingly powerful tools every day. Coming back, even the smaller changes start to make more sense. The cleaner camera bar, the removal of the temperature sensor, these aren't just design tweaks. They reflect a shift in priorities. Google is cutting features people didn't use and doubling down on the ones powered by AI. It's less about adding more lenses and more about making each shot smarter. And if you're still watching at this point, chances are you're into the deeper side of tech, not just specs. Over 70% of you aren't subscribed yet. And honestly, this is exactly the kind of space where we break things down beyond the surface and figure out what actually matters long-term. Because here's where things get interesting. If the Google Pixel 11 Pro keeps pushing AI this far into the camera system, are we heading toward a point where the real photo doesn't even exist anymore? And does that make Google the leader? Or does it change what photography even means? Take care and stay safe. I'll see you in the next one soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.